Lab Guy here. Today we're going to replace the 5 rubber belts in this JVC PV-4800U portable color videotape recorder. The symptoms of the machine are that it has trouble synchronizing and it currently will not rewind at all. That problem is more than belts, but today we're just going to work on the belts. There are 5 belts in the machine. There are 2 underneath on the bottom and 3 up here on top. I'm going to start with the 2 on the bottom. Very carefully turn the machine over. You have to set it on the scanner, so be very gentle. Do not drop it on the scanner. Alright, there are 2 belts down here. There's the capstan belt, which goes from here to here. There's a DC motor there. And the scanner belt, which goes from here to here. There's the DC motor, the bottom of the scanner. This is the bottom of the capstan, and this is the capstan motor. So, the first belt we will replace is the capstan belt. It just pulls out. The capstan belt came from turntableneedles.com and is a part number FBXM 9.0. You just put the new belt in. It's very simple. Take out the old scanner belt. The new scanner belt is FBM 8.6. That's Frank Baker Mary 8.6. Goes in very easy. These 2 are extremely easy to do. Now we have brand new rubber underneath. We will start with what I'm calling idler belt number 1, which is located goes from the capstan to the first idler pulley. To take that one off, you remove the Phillips head screw in the top of the capstan roller and remove the capstan roller. Just reach in and just pull this belt out. This one's in good shape, but I'm replacing all of them anyways. The replacement belt is SBL 4.6. This one is a tight squeeze to get it past the rubber idler roller. Just be aggressive, push it through. It will go and seat itself. There we go. That one has been replaced. It's a square belt. The next belt is a round belt. I call it idler number 2. It goes around 2 pulleys, here and here, and a 3rd idler pulley right here. Comes out. The replacement is RBS 9.0. Just thread it back in where the first one was. Again, there's a little interference, but not bad. And there we go. So the first 4 belts are replaced. The next belt is the tape counter belt. Now, this is a personal choice. I like having a tape counter. If you don't care if the tape counter works or not, then don't bother with this belt. This one is the harder belt to replace. To start with, we have to remove a screw right here. And lift the counter assembly. There is a right angle bracket on that the screw holds that has a spring attached, so don't let that thing shoot across the room. take out the screw, and now the tape counter assembly is loose. I use tweezers with a curved nose to reach in and get hold of the belt and to pull it off of the pulley. Now this one is difficult to thread through. It originates at the take-up reel and goes across under this upper mechanism. So you have to unthread it that same way. So from under the tape counter over the bracket that we loosened. Now there's a lever that runs from here over to here, and the counter belt goes under it. So pull it out from under that bar, just like this, so that it's clear, and then it will come off of the take-up puck. You have to move some little brake pads that are in your way. One way to move them is to place the machine into gear, into play, and that will move this one far enough to get the belt out. The replacement belt is part number RBS, as in Sam, 9.0. You put it in the reverse steps of removing it. Getting past some of the interferences just requires some aggression. There we go. Now, remember the crossbar here, the control lever that releases the brake on the feed reel. The belt must go under that. That's where the tweezers come in handy. You reach under there and grab the belt. You know how these things are. They do not cooperate easily. Alright, I'm going to push it through and hook it. There we go. Finally, I've gotten it through. I know it's hard to see. Then we come back over the lever and bracket, and under the assembly. I wonder. Yes, goes over that. This is where a good memory is very handy, which is why I'm at a disadvantage. Alright, now again reach in, hook the belt with the tweezers. And thread it over the pulley on the counter. This part gets tricky. It wants to fight, of course. There we go. And it is on. We turn our right angle bracket back and replace our screw. Make sure the belt is not caught under the cardboard on the micro switch. Now we've got this in, and we turn your take-up reel and see that the tape counter is moving. And tighten it up. And that is the replacement of all 5 belts.
I would just like to interject one important point at this moment. The variable speed potentiometer is mounted on the same bracket with the tape counter. When you take the tape counter out, it's possible that you will knock this control out of its detent position. The symptom will be that the tape recorder will not play, or it plays at slow speed. This drove me crazy for a few minutes last week until I sorted it out. Just letting you know.
So now the machine has all 5 belts replaced, and many of us would like to hope that this has solved all of the problems. It has not. There is still 2 rubber idler wheels. One which is easy to take out, and one that is not, of course. C-clips must be saved. Don't lose them. So we have this idler tire. Has a raised bit on the bottom, flat on the top in this case. There's another wheel identical to this right here by the feed puck. It goes between this white idler wheel and the feed puck. It's right here. And it's on a swinging arm, which is of course impossible to see, but right here. In both cases, the front edge, the edge of the rubber has hardened and has become like hard plastic. Now normally I repair these using a bit of sandpaper to just buff up this edge. In this case, both wheels in this machine have hardened all the way through. There is no good rubber to expose. These wheels will be sent out to be rebuilt. I have a total of 3 of these tape transports, 2 color, 1 black and white. I will be sending all 6 wheels to Terry's Rubber Rollers and Wheels to be rebuilt. However, Terry and his family are on vacation until the 9th of July. And today is the 2nd. So, there you go. Oh, it's the 1st. Today is the 1st of July, 2017. So these wheels will be sent out to be rebuilt, and that will be done in about 2 weeks, and then we will put these in. The machine should run then, if all goes well. So, until then, Lab Guy out.